Come on now, we all felt it. Maybe it was when we were younger, or maybe it's right now, but we've had a crush. And this crush to us was the most desirable thing to us. We would forego money, fame, power, just to be with this person. They were our Helen of Troy, and us, not even Paris, but a simple Trojan soldier who could only dream of being with her. Howdy folks, Amygdala Vids here, and today we're going to be talking about simping and a unique connection to ancient philosophy, specifically Hellenistic philosophy, and even more specifically, Epicureanism. Now if you're into philosophy at all, you know a big part of it is defining our terms. And oh my god, unfortunately the term simp has been butchered, mangled, and assaulted into oblivion, which is unfortunate because I think it was addressing something really important. You have some people on Twitter being all like, wow, you're actually talking to a girl? You're holding hands? Simp? Like goddamn, can we please try and get a grasp on what a simp is before we go off on our own tangents? I might do a separate video on defining a simp, but this definition from Wiktionary seems to do the job. However, I gotta say, I don't think only guys could be simps. I think the simp mindset is universal regardless of gender. Like I think this one girl was simping over me once, but I can't really be sure because to be a simp is to have a certain mindset, and I could only really judge based on her actions. And speaking of actions, what I find interesting about simping is that it's easier to see examples of simping rather than defining it. So here's a quick simping montage. Anyway, if you follow me for philosophy content, you're probably getting pissed off right now, so without further interruption, let's actually get into the philosophy. So I found something interesting in Lucretius's giant poem on the nature of the universe, specifically when he's talking about love. I'll be reading from book 4, section 1145. I should mention that because Lucretius is a guy, he's writing from a guy's perspective. But since our simp definition is genderless, just interpret it as it fits with you. For to avoid being captured in the snares of love is not so difficult as to escape. Once in, and break the powerful knots of Venus. And yet, although entangled and ensnared, you can't escape this danger, unless you stand in your own way and overlook the faults in the body and the mind of her you love. For this is what men blinded with desire so often do, attributing to them virtues with which in truth they are not endowed. Lucretius, the dude has a way with words. I mean, I'm not a big metaphysics person, but the way he talks about atoms early in the book, goddamn. Let's get back on track. What's he saying here? Funny enough, he's saying something pretty similar to what my friend Julia said about simps. Essentially, simps see their object of affection in the most ideal light, purging them of any faults, and seeing certain positives about the person that may not be there at all. They become almost not human to you, someone who is divine and free from any imperfections. Think back to your crushes or moments of simp tendencies. Did you reflect on the imperfections of the person at all? Did you, as Lucretius would say, attribute to them virtues with which in truth they are not endowed? Now some of y'all may be saying, big fucking deal, really? This is philosophy? This is the most obvious shit ever. The idea that when we are simping over someone, that imperfections are removed and virtues are attributed unrealistically. I mean, is that really that deep? Well friends, let me try and make this a little more pertinent to our modern times, and if you think I do a good job, hit that subscribe button and the like button for me. It'll definitely help me out. So you may not be completely taken aback by this revelation, but I want you to consider the amplification of these ideas in our modern times. You guys have social media, specifically Instagram. If you hit that Explore tab and start scrolling, you'll eventually come across Instagram models. And guys, I know it's badass to be all like, oh, I'm immune to pictures of big asses and big titties. I mean, ew, that actually turns me off. Like sex? Ew, sex is yucky. I'm a person of class. There's no way I'd want a threesome with Riley Reid and Emily Willis. Okay, if you're asexual, this excuse may work. But for the rest of us, let's be honest with ourselves. Guys, come on now, let's not be immature, let's not be shy. If Emily Willis showed up to your doorstep in some lingerie, you would probably invite her in. Hey, don't give me that bullshit about how you're too sophisticated to care. Yeah, I'm talking to you, don't you lie to me. Getting back on track. We live in a world with social media models, and this matters in relation to Lucretius's quote, because social media obfuscates. You get absolute control over what you post on your account. You aren't gonna post some boring shit like eating oatmeal at 10 a.m. No, you're gonna post fun, exciting posts to make it seem like you have a social life to impress people. Likewise, if you're an Instagram model, why would you post bad pictures? You get control over what to post, so you only get to post that high quality shit. And that's not even getting into using editing to make your photos look better. Bottom line is, social media obfuscates reality by presenting you only with the ideal image of these models. There's no surprise why sites like OnlyFans exist and you got these people investing their time and money on internet models rather than real life people. This is pretty much Lucretius's concern actualized, except instead of being first ensnared by love, which would cause one to idealize the person, with the internet, we bypass that whole ensnared by love part and get right to the ideal. So we identified the problem, and to quote G.I. Joe, knowing is half the battle. But are there any actual tips on how to get out of the snares of love and stop simping? Well, that's probably another video for another time. I just hope you don't let these internet models get a hold of you guys, you know? Anyways, that's gonna do it from me. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, it's completely free, and like this video and share it, that also helps me out. Thanks again, and good luck breaking free of the snares of love.